Gartner is a 4.2 billion USD company and a member of S&P 500. They work with businesses in more than 100 countries along with 90 plus offices globally. Recently, Gartner announced global supply chain top 25 companies for the year of 2022. This ranking comprises two main components: business performance and opinion. Business performance in the form of public financial and ESG data known as environmental, social, and governance data provides a view into how companies have performed in the past 3 years, while the opinion component offers an eye to future potential and reflects leadership in the supply chain community. These two components are combined into a total composite score. Gartner analysts derive a list of companies from a combination of the Fortune Global 500 and the Forbes Global 2000, considering a general annual revenue threshold of 12 billion USD. So, with that being said, we will be referring to the key findings of top 20 companies by Gartner report. 19 companies achieved the highest possible environmental, social, and governance, known as ESG score, this year, reflecting the growing importance supply chain leaders assign to these initiatives. Cisco Systems scored the top spot in the ranking for the third consecutive year, followed by Schneider Electric, Colgate, Johnson& Johnson, and PepsiCo. Three companies joined the list for the first time. Those are namely Microsoft, Siemens, and AstraZeneca. Cisco continues to adapt in various ways to the changing environment, and its supply chain moves in alignment. ESG is a big focus, with circular concepts incorporated in the design, operations, and consumption aspect of the products and the supply chain. To recognize sustained supply chain excellence, Gartner introduced the Masters category. To be considered Masters, companies must have attained top 5 composite scores for at least 7 out of the last 10 years. All of last 10 years Masters, namely Amazon, Apple, P&G, McDonald's, and Unilever, again qualified for the category this year. All the masters provide prime examples of how to deliver agility and responsiveness at scale for sustained period of time. Other chief supply chain officers, known as CSCOs, can look to them and the other organizations in the ranking to learn their best practices. This figure shows Gartner supply chain top 25 for 2022. Another companies which are in the top 10 list other than the first four includes PepsiCo, Pfizer, Intel, Nestle, Lenovo, and Microsoft. Further, there are some retail and wholesale companies, technology companies, and other technology related companies as well as automobile companies also include in this top 25 list. Among them, Coca-Cola, Dell, BMW, Alibaba also includes. For 2022, top 25 and masters companies embrace four macro trends, namely, they could be cited as, in the first place, CSCO as Chief Ecosystems Officer. In recent years, CSCOs have become drivers of new business models, sustainability efforts, and commercial innovation. For example, many consumer goods companies in the ranking are joining forces through the Consumer Goods Forum to set the agenda for the development of new plastic recycling technologies. This form of cooperation is an effective way to address the environmental crisis. Second macro trend they have identified is self-stabilizing supply chains. To become more agile in the face of ongoing disruption, leading supply chains have transformed their decision-making processes and funding as well. This ability to react quickly is driven by adaptive funding techniques based on venture capital models. Those models allow for transformation budgets to flex up based on successful pilots, justifying greater scale or flex down in cases where experiments don't pan out or resources are more needed elsewhere. Third macro trend is progresses on broader sustainability agenda. Leading supply chains have announced ambitious net zero goals that include scope 3 emissions reductions with suppliers and customers. Companies such as Walmart, Microsoft, and Unilever have formal programs in place to track the status of supplier reduction projects and quantify the resulting reductions over time. The high-tech industry, circular economy models are gaining the popularity. Companies such as Cisco, Lenovo, and HP are redesigning their broader business models away from the periodic sale of discrete pieces of equipment to service-based models that include the responsible collection, recycling, and disposal of end-of-life products. Final macro theme is human-centric digital automation. Supply chain leaders are tasked with balancing long-term investments in automation with immediate investments in technologies that reduce employee cognitive load and prioritize time and attention to areas where people perform better than machines. To prepare their employees for the future, leaders are prioritizing programs that train digital literacy and dexterity. These educational and applied learning programs enable employees to use data driven analytics for more informed decision making in their roles. With that being said, we will be concluding the presentation. For more of this kind of videos and presentations, kindly Google Gayan Nayanajith. Thanks for watching.